What's up, people? Happy New Year 2019. It's gonna be a good year, kids. Something I learned that's gonna make it better for you. And I realized, not that I learned, that I realized recently, I can't remember what I was watching, but I had this epiphany about how to make your life like 1,000 times better, especially for those of you trying to get into medical school. What is the problem? The problem is it's a pain in the ass to study all the time while everybody else is having a good time out there, right? That's like the main problem. You guys ask me, how do you keep studying every day? I don't want to study all the time. I don't want to study my life away. Well, I think I have the answer for you. The two big motivators for people are pleasure and pain. But pain is actually more of a motivator than pleasure, which is why your ass has a hard time sitting down and studying all the time, because it's painful. I don't want to do that either. Nobody wants to do it. So that's the first part of the solution, okay? Hang with me. The second thing that I recently realized, I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Our brains, and I talk about this a lot, about how we have neural pathways that our brains like want to keep going down the same path. Like these are habitual things that we do, right? Our brains like kind of get programmed. Depending on who programs you or what your programming is, you'll want to keep doing those things over and over and over and over and over. Some people like eating a pound of bacon every day. Every morning they get up, they have to eat a pound of bacon. And for the last 20 years, they ate a pound of bacon. They're going to eat a pound of bacon for the next 20 years every single morning. Other people get up and they have to do 500 crunches or they don't feel like they can leave the house. Those two people were programmed. Their brain was programmed at some point, somehow, by somebody or by themselves. So the brain, when you get these urges to do stuff, like you get cravings, is an easy one to describe, like you'll get a craving for chocolate. This is your brain telling you, look, we have chocolate every day at 3 o'clock. It's about 3 o'clock, we need it. This is your brain like making you, forcing you to do something. The point of this is that if your brain can force you to do something that's bad for you, like eat a box of chocolate every day, why the can't it force you to do something that's good for you that's still painful? The answer is it can. If you're kind of hanging with me here, basically you can program yourself to do something that is good for you but it hurts. The first part was the pain and pleasure. Why can't we use that pain to program ourselves, to program our brain into doing something we don't want to do? Sitting down and studying for 8 to 10 hours a day is painful. But you know what's even more painful? Failure. Failure fucking sucks. Everybody hates it. Everyone's always trying to avoid it. If you go on the interweb and say how to be a success or how to be a multimillionaire, blah, 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 everywhere. Everyone's obsessed with that shit. And what it comes down to is failure. What I'm getting at is if we put these two things together, let's use our pain, because that is a more motivating factor in our brains. Let's use our pain to drive our action. How do we do that? We focus on the painful things that will happen if we do not do what we need to do today. Does that make sense? I really like this concept. I just made it up myself. Trademark that shit. It's kind of short, but I think it makes a lot of sense. And honestly, like, I'm pretty pumped to do this shit. The other reason is it's not that I'm making it up right now and it doesn't work. This is what I did when I was in med school, in undergraduate and residency. I thought about the painful things that would happen if I did not sit there and study. The painful things that would be happening is that I would fail a test. I would feel like a failure. I'd be an idiot. Everybody would make fun of me because I was a jackass and I went to medical school in the Caribbean and everyone told me I was going to fail, and then I would go back and fail and everyone would tell me, I told you so. That was a very painful proposition for me, and I wanted to avoid it at all costs. And so every day when I had to study, I was thinking about that problem. What I'm telling you guys is that you gotta get that pain. What is the pain that you have down the road? Not right now. That pain down the road has to be more than the pain of sitting down and studying for 8 hours. Because if it is, then you will avoid that pain at all costs, and you'll thankfully sit down and study for 8 hours. You'll be happy about it. Anyway, I hope you guys like the new venue. I got a new car. The other thing you can think about is that's very painful is if you don't sit your ass down and study every day. The other thing that's super painful that you can think about is if you don't sit your ass down and study every day for 8 hours a day, you're driving a Toyota Corolla at my age, at 44. Then who's laughing. Not you. Everybody else is laughing at you, not with you. Trust me. This stuff is not everything. Being able to afford nice things, as my grandmother says, it's very nice. It's not everything, but it sure is better than not doing it. All right, you guys. Hey, I think this is a really cool video. Would you do me a favor? Maybe share and like and comment on what you think about this. Comment, tell me what your long-term pain is that's going to make you sit down and study every single day. Let me know what that is, because I had my own pain. I still have my own pain. This is the reason that I do things, that I motivate myself, that I do YouTube videos, because I don't want to be a failure. I don't want to not reach my potential. That's what my pain is. I'm petrified of not reaching my ultimate potential. Tell me what your pain is, you guys. Hey, thanks for watching these videos. You guys are awesome. I love all your comments, even the ones that are negative. I don't give a I read them anyway. Take it easy. See you in the next one, and have a great New Year.